Hello fellow cosplayers and welcome back to Cosplay Halloween. So in today's tutorial I will do a monster clown for you guys. This is my third clown tutorial on this channel. Yes, I used some blood, a foam prosthetic, and I did a body paint. So I know you guys are wanting to see this, so let's get into the tutorial. Alright, let's get this tutorial started by cleaning off our face with 99% alcohol. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking my woohce Evil Clown prosthetic and I'm going to apply it using prosthetic. I am then just applying that all over the face so I know where to do it. I am just applying this all over the face, the adhesive. You gotta make sure it's tacky, or girl, it's just not gonna stick. No, yeah, that crap, it's not gonna happen. Alright, so I am still continuing to put another layer of prosthetic along on my face just to make sure my prosthetic sticks nicely and secure. Then I am starting out by applying it, and it's a good thing with these foam latex masks is to start out applying it in the center, then apply prosthetic onto the rest of the prosthetic, and then stick it down so it has an anchor point. That's just basically, education about special effects. Now that it's all glued down, I am taking prosthetic cream and I am using that to blend out the edges. If you watched my Jekyll and Hyde tutorial, you know that the prosthetic cream works better for blending out edges instead of liquid latex. It's actually better for those bumpy edges as well, because if you do, then the cream will make sure it stays in place and actually, it works out well. Then what I'm doing is I'm taking prosthetic and putting it all over the prosthetic. If you watch my Jekyll Hyde tutorial, I explained that prosthetic, stippling prosthetic on the prosthetic itself will help it seal so the makeup doesn't absorb the foam so much. When I noticed, it started to cave in on itself, so it's better to paint it before, and sorry about that note that I just pressed, and put more adhesive on. I wanted this to look more like a mask, so I didn't put as much adhesive on it as I'm supposed to. But yeah, those are the two tips I'm giving you. Paint it before and put more adhesive on than I did. So yeah, that's more education that you should know. Now what I'm doing is I am powdering it because girl, prosthetic gets sticky. Sticky. Then what I am doing is the fun part, painting the entire face. I am using the matte CROMACAKE in pure white, and I am painting that all over the face to get a good white look to this monster's complexion. You always gotta start out with the clown white base. Now, again, this goes back to me earlier. Paint it before and put a lot more adhesive, because if you want this to stick more. It took me a while to get this coverage, so I'd highly recommend that you use a cream paint, but you can use water-based paint as well, but cream paint would be a little bit better. But if you want to use water-based paint for this job, it's fine with that. You just gotta make sure you seal it with prostate for each of them. So especially with water base and alcohol base, because they will absorb into it and expand, and you don't want it. Alright, so for the next step is I'm taking the Flash palette, and I am using the red from the Flash palette, and I am stippling that on the nose very messily because I want it to look like this clown is doesn't have time for his makeup because he is too busy terrifying people. Then I am using the dark blue from the Flash palette, and I am using that to fill in the diamonds. Again, we're making it messy, girl, because this clown has been wearing his makeup for a while now. Too busy to make it look nice. So, yeah. You can basically do whatever you want with this makeup. You can even put sweat marks on his face if you want, but I'm just gonna go what I want. For the next step is I am setting everything with powder because I do not want this to budge. For the next step is I am taking some black, and I am using that to do the diamond thing that he has on his chin and his eyebrows. Then I am taking the green, and I am using that to on the dots that he has near his smile. Then I am taking the red grease paint again, and I am using that on his creepy smile to create that nice shiny red lip that clowns have. And my teeth were looking a little bit clean, so I am using that to make it look like blood on my teeth. Now we are moving on to the body. So I am taking the Pure White by MAC again, and I am using that to paint on our clown's collar. And then I am continuing to paint that on, and then what I am doing is I'm using some cream paint to outline it. Do not do that. That was the mistake I regretted. That cream paint is the worst thing to use for body painting, because if you try doing that at home, get back to me on how much fun it was when you took it off. Now what I am doing is I am taking a MAC CHROMACAKE in basic red, and I am using that to paint on the stripes of his bodysuit. But I would highly recommend you get your own clown jumpsuit. Okay, so for the next step is I am putting some of the MHERON coagulated blood on the prosthetic as well as on my neck. And this is optional, but I wanted to make it look like this clown was just finished dining on the flesh of the living. I'm sorry if that would scare you. I'm sorry if that just came out of my mouth. But yeah, just putting blood all over. Now that you are done with the blood, you can totally put the wig on and be done. That's all good. But I decided to make it look a little more frizzy by cutting it up to make it a little more messy. With my scissors. Don't use scissors at home without adult supervision, kids. Just don't. So yeah, and then I am going to take my gloves and then I am putting that on, and then you are done with this clown tutorial. Hope this doesn't reach your nightmares. And anyway, so all the products that I use will be listed in the description below. Also, don't forget to support me on Instagram. And if you don't want to miss any Halloween tutorials we upload this Halloween season, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So until next time, bye!